Hey everybody, here is another search. This one didn't work out so well for me and Ammo. So this is a scenario-based search. So we're going to set everything up as if it was real. So in this case, it's a blind search for me, unknown number of hides, and they were placed out a day ahead of time. So I'm going here now at, I believe it's like 5:30 in the morning to go simulate a call-out search with Ammo. This is a public area. It's actually a public park / tennis court / pool, all kinds of stuff. So lots of odors, lots of things in the environment to deal with, and you'll watch us go through dealing with this. I'm going to speed this up a little bit at times because it was a 20-minute search. Again, as usual, I'm checking the initial area we start at to make sure I don't miss anything in the very beginning of my search. A lot of times we have tendencies to blow past the beginning, whether it's an indoor or outdoor search, without properly checking where we start from and giving that a good thorough or a good enough check to say something was there or not there. So like I said, I've sped things up here a little bit. There's not much to see here. He gets a little, focused on some of the odors around a trash can. He marks. A lot of people ask me questions about your dog marks in the search. Do you think that's a bad thing or what it is? So for me, we're not a sport dog, so I'm not so concerned about if he marks here and there. But if marking became a problem, I would then deal with it at that point. But if it's not really a problem, it's not taking away from his search work, I don't mess with him too much and create a conflict or a negative if I don't need to. Okay, so it's back on normal play right here because he's showing me changes in this area. I see little head snaps. I see him willing to go into the higher grass. But with that said, I'm not seeing anything what I would call predictable, repeatable, reliable. At least not yet. I see interest. So I'm going to let him explore because, again, I don't know if I'm looking for shell casings or a whole gun. So I'm going to let him explore this space because that's pretty thick, I don't want to call it grass, but vegetation right there. In some areas it's as big as him. But because he keeps showing me some head changes in this area, I'm going to let him work it out, explore it a little bit, and see, is it going to turn into something that goes from interest to predictable, repeatable, reliable behavior that I know that he's working odor. The way he's moving his head around, I can kind of tell this is all animal related. You can tell by the speed of his tail. His tail's wagging pretty consistently. Those who watched enough videos of me and Ammo can kind of tell the more you watch him, when he's working odor, his tail will slow down and even stop when he gets on top of odor. And when he's working odor, he tends to slow down a lot more.
I was just trying to see if he's getting from a different angle.
So that was just Natalie telling me that I'm not in the search area anymore, but I wanted to kind of give him an opportunity to come at it from a different perspective. So we're going to keep working around this area. I'm watching these changes. Again, nothing that's telling me it's odor, but I got to let some of these interest behaviors, let my dog investigate that. Let my dog go a little bit further. Because again, if I'm looking for a shell casing, I may not get a really strong change of behavior. I might just get a very subtle change of behavior. So he's doing really good. He's searching that space nicely. There's those little, usually used for utilities, so like a timer for sprinklers or power junction boxes. Easy place to hide something, but he sniffs those pretty nicely and moved on. So I'm not seeing anything related to odor other than interest for him. I still let him investigate, but in a second here, we'll go back to a little bit of a fast forward. Got a stick stuck to his tail right there. But nothing's going to deter little Ammo. So I'm going to fix that for him. And back to work. We have this whole entire complex to go search. The only place that is off limits is when Natalie tells me I don't need to go that area. So as we get to here, I realize there's a bunch of people kind of waiting to go into this pool area. He does a good job of kind of ignoring the people, but this is in my search area. So I kind of want to go out and past that. He wants to, of course, go sniff that lady walking by. But so instead of trying to search and move those people around right now, because I know they're going to go inside in just a minute or two, I'll search this backside of the space first. There is lots of things like coyote poop, which he was smelling right there. Lots of other trash items. As you can see, the drain that's right there. So this is a water runoff area. So this area has tons of smells in it. A lot. So I have to be really good at reading him on, is he just interested in something, or is there actual target odor? He does a little bit of bracketing, but I see this mostly as just, Dad, there's lots of smells here. I'm going to check these things out. And if there's something of more importance, I should see those predictable, repeatable, reliable behaviors that I know to be odor. I'm not seeing that yet. But what I'm really happy with is his ability to kind of tune out all the people. Now, the people have now just gone into the pool area. So I will now be able to search better around that bench. Back to fast forward, because I'm going to continue working this hedge line all the way down back to the sidewalk. There's a couple good little holes in the ground right here that could be good spots, so I'll make sure he checks those. Shows me nothing, so we move on. So now I'm going to go to the bench where everybody was sitting at before. We're going to check this spot out and clear this so I can write it off and say whether I saw something or not. The part that I have to deal with is he interested in the area only because of all the fresh human smells that are there, or is he interested because there's target odor there? So it turns out this area is exactly where 2 gun parts are hidden. Right in there. And it's deeper in the bushes, so he's not getting it. I find out later, and you'll hear in the video that I missed the 2. The 2 are right there by that trash can in the thick bush. Again, I don't know this answer. I'm letting him explore it. He catches himself on the harness right there.
Yeah, he hit his harness on the thing. That was a space?
Pretty sure you...
Natalie thought he hit his head.
No, it was the harness.
So after investigating that area, letting him search, I'm not seeing any changes of behavior, which tells me the odor may not be coming out very much. And what it turned out to be was the barrel of a firearm, just a small barrel, is maybe about 4 inches in length, maybe less than that, maybe 3 inches in length. And it was the barrel only, and then a grip from a firearm. So just the lower part, that's just the handle piece. That was from a small 22. So I'm letting him check the backside again, because to me this is where I saw the most interest. But nothing that I'm reading that's telling me there's the firearm parts there. Sometimes we're never going to have an answer. It's never going to be perfectly clear to us why the dog didn't catch an odor. He's sniffing around. He's pushing deeper into areas. But again, I'm looking for the things that are predictable, repeatable, reliable, and I'm not seeing that in that area. I'm seeing a dog who's interested in smells. So back to fast forward. I call that area no interest or no alert. And now we're going to continue searching our space, which is this driving drop-off area. So we're going to search these. I'm going around. It's pretty obvious, but now at this point I'm thinking, again, maybe I'm looking for shell casings. So I see a pipe there. I'm like, hey, come check this pipe. He does a good job. He goes by real fast to the next pipe, but I want those holes checked, so I cast him back around real quick to give him a shot on those. He kind of blows by him, and then he checks him this time, and lo and behold, I see him indicating.
Free. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Yes.
So I don't know if it's animal smell or it's just getting really hung up in the vegetation.
Good boy.
Because you have 2 hides over there.
Yeah, they didn't show shit.
Yeah. He went like right by where it was. And I thought Gamble was
Good
working
boy.
it but then he went in food, so then I was like, oh man.
Not every run's going to be perfect.